make the coolest melodies.
So at a certain point, you say to yourself, I want to, showcase myself to the world. You have a medium, YouTube, and you have the option to try to showcase yourself as a classical musician, a jazz musician, go into a James Taylor vein or go into an Isley Brothers vein. Do you remember thinking about that, or were you like, I'm just going to do pop music? Like, where does ego come from? How do those songs happen?
Oh my gosh, that was me trying to be a pop act. Shamelessly, it's okay to want to be a famous person. I wanted to be a famous person. I wanted to be known around the world from even before I went to Berklee. And there's no shame in saying this. It's like I wanted to be known around the world for what I do, and I wanted to inspire other people to do the same thing. I would look at Justin Bieber, like going out of a restaurant with thousands of people just like, flailing over him and being like, I want to do that, but I want to implement what I learned at Berklee, because I knew I was going to Berklee, and I had prior gone to Manhattan School of Music. I want to learn everything about jazz and put it into pop music, because I think that there's going to be a way, everyone's going to like it one day. Everyone's just going to be sick of the A flat, E flat, A flat. They want
right.
They're going to want the 2/5. So I and they love it now. And it just took some time to figure it out. But I'm not saying I pioneered that, but I'm happy.
So auto-tunes led to ego. Mm-hmm. And what did you discover from your first release, auto-tunes, moving to ego? What did you discover about pop creativity, what you were doing?
I discovered that, what's cool about those little Berklee release albums, those bedroom pop albums, is that, yes, I was musically experimenting and figuring myself out, but it reassured me that I didn't have to listen to the radio. There was no Spotify back then, so it was all top 40 radio. I didn't have to listen to the radio and try and recreate what was already popping on the radio, because still to this day you don't want to do that, because those songs were made probably months or years ago. You want to do what is within you, because what is within you is one of one. Nobody else can do that. And that's how new music and new discoveries come about. So making those little projects with like the jazz pop influence, even though they weren't perfect, it was still like the start of something. And it's still, that's why there's one of me. It's a lot of prepositional phrases. There's a reason why I have trouble writing for other artists, because it just sounds so much like me. I have that musical stamp that was kind of established starting in 2010.
And now other